to hear a funny thing that happened about a month ago? Okay, so you know that song Bad at Love by Halsey? You know, I'm bad at love, ooh, ooh. Yeah, it's a song about all her bad relationships, and in the verses she goes into them one by one and how they all failed.
So I told him that I never really liked his friends. Now he's gone and he's calling me a bitch again.
Well, my buddy the rap critic, you remember him, a while back he pointed out that she's supposedly so bad at love, but she doesn't do anything wrong in the song.
But I never got the chance to make her mine because she fell in love with little thin white lines.
You know, it's like, well, this guy was a sexist asshole, or this girl I was dating had a drug problem. So how is Halsey supposedly so bad at love when they're the fuck-ups, was his question. Now, I had already thought of that. So I told him, well, obviously it's about her having bad taste. Bad taste in men/women. If these are the kinds of people she attracts, she can reasonably call herself bad at love. And I was pretty satisfied with that interpretation. But like a month ago, I realized, wait a minute. What about that last verse?
London girl with an attitude. We never told no one, but we look so cute. Both got way better things to do, but I always think about it when I'm riding through.
Okay, hold on. No one did anything wrong there. No one got hurt. That was just a casual thing that fizzled out. How does that fit the song? How does that make her bad at love? Maybe she's bad at love because she gets all dramatic about things that aren't problems. And I posted all that. And that's the kind of high quality content you can find on my Twitter feed. Subscribe now. I didn't expect her to respond. I don't know how she found it, but right after I posted that, Halsey, the actual fucking person, popped into my mentions to explain her songwriting choices to me. I was not prepared for that, and I backpedaled hard enough to leave a Todd-shaped hole in the wall behind me. And I explained that I did like the song, and I was just kidding around, ha ha ha, and I think I called her ma'am at one point, even though I'm 10 years older than her. I don't remember, because I blacked out from embarrassment. When snark goes wrong. For what it's worth, I wasn't sucking up to her. I do like that song. Although she did say that she meant that chorus kind of facetiously, like, oh well, guess I just suck. And as a critic, I would respond that she may have written it facetiously, but she didn't sing it that way. It seems very sincere, and that's where it gets its power. And I think the verses could have stood to be a little darker. I think these are all based on real relationships, and it might have worked a little better if she had just made something up instead. In any case, right after my brush with fame, her career hit its biggest height yet. A #1 single. I took that as a sign, because Halsey has been on my mind quite a bit in the last month. So I thought now would be a good time to discuss her and her massive smash hit, Without Me.
Thinking you could live without me. Thinking you could live without me. Maybe I'm the one who put you up there. I don't know why.
This is the #1 hit? Seriously?
Tell me how's it feel sitting up there, feeling so high, but too far away to hold me.
Okay, so I'm listening to this, and actually this is provoking a lot of thoughts in me. Like, why do I even listen to this kind of music again? Wow, that sounded way harsher than I meant it. That wasn't like a slam on the song, it's just something I've been asking myself a lot in these pop anemic last couple years. Like, what am I doing here? I didn't come naturally to plastic bubblegum music. I hated that shit growing up. Why do I bother now? Well, I don't know. Why do I go to those stupid superhero movies every couple months? I like big, larger-than-life figures with splashy colors and costumes and fight scenes. I could be seeing indie dramas, but those are just about regular people. Who cares? Call me a shallow critic if you want, but I'm not all that interested in music that's just music. I like the big gaudy videos and the biographical career arcs and all that stupid extra stuff. I like music with mythology attached to it, the big iconic figures, and in the late 2000s when I started reviewing music, those icons were all pop stars. It really is just the same nerdy impulse that made me into comic books as a kid. You got these larger-than-life figures in ridiculous costumes, and every release is an event. That's my nerd cred. You may have all 42 volumes of the original Dragon Ball manga, but I listen to mainstream music. So yeah, that's basically how I got into this. The pop stars like Lady Gaga or Katy Perry, those are my superheroes. Or at least they were, before the bomb dropped.
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh.
In hindsight, Lorde's big anti-pop anthem, Royals, seems like the shockwave that destroyed everything. Basically, Lorde killed Superman, and now we're in some kind of post-apocalyptic dystopia comic instead. It didn't happen right away, of course, and obviously you can't pin everything on one song, but it feels like the turning point that explains where we are now. How we got from Pitbull to Post Malone, from Party in the USA to Stressed Out. And slowly but surely, those big godlike figures, the big names with big reputations, burned themselves out. The genre still exists, but the hits are coming from people like Charlie Puth or Camila Cabello or Dua Lipa. And you know, I like Dua Lipa a lot. I don't like Camila Cabello at all. But in both cases, there's no star power coming off of them. They're just people who make songs. It's my job to keep track of these people, and I barely even know what they look like. And that's before you get into EDM, where the music is made by disposable no-names working for literally faceless producers. But then there's Halsey. Halsey.
I don't wanna fight right now.
Where does she land on this? Is she just another nameless pop voice, or does she have the potential to be an actual interesting persona? Could she star in her own comic book, basically? I don't know, maybe she's interesting enough. I mean, I've thought about her in the last month more than my own loved ones. But I'm still not entirely sold on her as a headliner. And as a person who made his living off of gaudy pop songs, I should probably resent Lorde the same way I'm sure makers of Hairspray and Spandex resented Kurt Cobain. But I don't, I like her. I feel like she should have gotten more reward for basically creating the current landscape, but that second album wasn't a huge seller. Instead, various Lorde-alikes came in to fill in the gaps, including, oh, you know who.
Cigarettes and
Halsey is turning out to be the main beneficiary of the Royals' fallout. She started as a kind of Lorde figure. She's kind of backed off from that. She stopped trying for Lorde's wisdom of youth pose, which is good because she sucked at it.
high on legal marijuana.
Haha, never forget. Her lyrics are more intimate and personal now, but the musical style still resembles Lorde circa 2013. The spare beat with no bass, keening voice cutting through the fog, pronounces vowels weird.
Sound
Al. Halsey's carved out a real space for herself between Lorde and Lana Del Rey. Less virginal than Lorde, but not so remote as Lana. But that's not to say it really works for me. Her newest hit, Without Me, feels like it's trying to be Halsey's big entry into bona fide celebritydom. For one, it's a breakup song, and she's getting a lot of mileage out of some tabloid drama here.
G-Eazy and Halsey have reportedly called it quits again.
See, she was part of a serious showbiz couple for a while with the rapper G-Eazy. And she's been on and off and on with him, seems like finally for real off now. And this is the first song she released since they split. And there was huge buzz off of this just last week when she did this song on SNL, and the set was decorated with what I assume is supposed to be G-Eazy's confessions of cheating and so on. Now that's a big pop star move. Taylor Swift was able to get tons of interest singing about her various breakups, and Ariana, the one undisputable pop megastar of the moment, just did the same thing. And I do like my celebrity gossip, so this should really be doing it for me. But it's not, for one big reason, which is I don't give a fuck about G-Eazy.
And as far as I can see, I just need privacy.
I'm sorry, this guy is a bore and a half. I couldn't care less about a single thing he's done as an artist or as a person. You know, I remember a time when white rappers were forced to earn your attention, to justify their existence, whether it be by being excessively simple, or especially talented, or self-deprecating, or controversial, just something. But now they're normalized enough that a white rapper can get away with being completely unnoteworthy. How far we've come. I can't stand him. How you gonna call yourself G-Eazy when there's already a Jeezy? It's like a rap name your grandma would come up with. And yes, Halsey and G-Eazy were trying to become pop's next power couple.
In the end, it's him and I.
Yeah, they put out this big duet, Him and I, where they were supposed to be like this ride or die outlaw duo.
2017, Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, they weren't hiding it. It's an exact attempt to do what Jay-Z and Beyonce did with Bonnie and Clyde 03.
It's me and my girlfriend, me and my girlfriend.
And yet somehow these two did not become the next Jay and Beyonce, believe it or not. They didn't even become the next Captain and Tennille.
You know I'm the one who put you up there.
And yes, before the breakup and after, I do think Halsey was trying to make this relationship like a major thing that's relevant to the public. Because in this song specifically, she directly quotes from Cry Me a River, one of the biggest breakup songs of this millennium.
You don't have to say what you did. I already know. You don't have to say just what you did. I already know.
That's not a lyric you just toss in there. They had to pay Justin Timberlake to use that. So I listen to that line and I think, so is she trying to make the two of them like the new Justin and Britney?
You don't have to say just what you did.
No, I will be damned if I let this generation's Britney Spears be G-Eazy. And it's a weird reference to drop for Halsey because, you know, she's drawn controversy in the past for claiming that she resents the pop label because she's not pop, she's alternative. Pfft. Well, that was my first reaction at least. But actually, now that I think about it, there is something there. If this were 2011, then something like this.
Found you when your heart was broke.
Yes, I would have absolutely called this alternative. File it with like Haim or Chvrches or those kinds of artists. She's not pulling it from nowhere. And that's kind of the problem, really. She won't commit. She's in this kind of halfway point where she's neither pop nor alternative. I can only speak for me, but I just don't feel like this sound has any real sound to it. Not catchy enough to be pop, not edgy enough to be alternative. And that whole not one thing, not the other is not just a problem in the music, it's also the lyrics.
You know I'm the one who put you up there.
I mean, you listen to me, I've been blathering about star power, the attraction of celebrities, ooh, but songwriting counts too. I don't care one bit about the love life of Ellie Goulding, let's say. And yet there was this wonderful moment 4 years ago when she was trading breakup diss tracks with Ed Sheeran, and it was amazing.
But you didn't need to take him to bed, that's so.
I don't even really know what you intended.
And it's because they were trading such intimate details. There was a real voyeuristic thrill out of it. Without You doesn't have anything like that.
So you can take advantage of me.
She's tried to play coy about the song, like, you know, it's not about G-Eazy. Or, well, it is partially, but it's inspired by all my breakups. Yeah, I can tell. It absolutely sounds like it's about nothing specific.
Took it so far to keep you close.
I listen to this song and I feel like I don't know a single thing about Halsey, which is just wrong seeing as we're such close friends now. I learned more about her breakup from her own stage dressing than I did from the actual song.
Just running from the demons in your mind. Then I took yours and made them mine.
Okay, yes, I do like that one lyric about having to take on his demons. That's a good bit about how you have to share trauma in a relationship, and that's why it hurts so much when you break up. But it feels like it should build to something bigger. The one real barb she throws out is that she built up G-Eazy. Or excuse me, she built up this nameless composite person.
Baby, I'm the one who put you up there.
And now he's left her behind acting like he's too good for her all of a sudden. Like, what a dick. I should hate this guy. But I don't, because there's just no venom in it.
Does it ever get lonely thinking you could live without me?
It feels like that question should have some kind of burn at the end of it, doesn't it? Like, you think you can live without me? Well, no you can't, fuck you. But it just hangs there. And the song's so slow. It's the boring diss track that boring G-Eazy deserves. You know what's a good Halsey song? One I like a lot? Colors.
Everything is blue. His pills, his hands, his jeans.
Yeah, I really like that one. That one should have been a hit, as big as Bad at Love. Both those songs are full of sharp lyrical details. Those are the songs by her I actually like, and not by coincidence, they're also her most pop. They got real strong hooks and everything. They blow Without Me out of the water. I'm sure a lot of people are really feeling the moody vibe of this song and all the heartbreak and anguish. I'm just not hearing it. But I guess I'm alone on that one. Apparently her interpersonal drama was enough to make a #1 hit. You know, it's weird. It's a song about Halsey was used as a stepping stone and got left behind. Well, it feels like what's happening is the exact opposite. She's the one going up and over what's-his-face. Hopefully we never hear from him again without Halsey propping him up. Like, I wish she'd give up the alternative pose and just go all pop. But since this is such a big hit, she's probably gonna double down. It's her brand now. Seems like she's the one person who's figured it out, who's cracked the code. How to be a sexy, glamorous pop star in the zeitgeist of moody depression. And now I realize she was always setting herself up for this. I joke about pop music being a grungy dystopia now, but the videos for all her big hits seem like they're happening in some kind of crumbling post-apocalypse, and she ends up looking like either Katniss or Tank Girl in them. I mean, she claims to be alternative. Maybe she is like a comic book superhero from an alternative comic book. One of those grungy and edgy ones that didn't age well. But yeah, I guess I have my answer. She is a star. Just of a movement that doesn't really interest me. Not that what I think matters to anyone. She's gonna be a real big-time celebrity as long as this new age of anxiety lasts. And I'm just gonna miss the days when she had time to sit and chat with nobodies like me.
Don't know why, I don't know why.
By the way, if any of you idiots tweets this link at her, you get blocked immediately. I can't stop you, but you know what? Try not to be that lame, right? No snitching, goddammit.
Admiral Halsey notified me he had to have a bath or he couldn't get to sea. I had another look and I had a cup of tea and a butter pie.